Okay, listen, you probably send a lot of emails. Matter of fact, you probably receive a lot of emails. And a lot of times throughout an organization, those emails could be something like an announcement. Not even something like an announcement. They will be announcements. So it'll be like, let's welcome a new employee to the organization, or, the organizational day picnic or whatever is coming up, or benefits. You know what I'm saying? We got benefits coming up. Don't miss it. We're having a meeting at this time, this day, whatever, to, redo your benefits. So, what I think, this is just my opinion, is that those are stupid. Okay, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like I get the whole point of sending out emails and making these announcements, but I think they make way more sense to just do announcements on a site, which it would be your intranet, which would be based in SharePoint if you ask me. So on this episode, what I'm gonna talk about are the reasons why, you know what I mean, is the reasons why you should. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I'm zoning out here. The reasons why announcements are better than emails. Period. That's just it. Forgive me, by the way. I was like zoning out over something else that happened yesterday. You got to pardon me. So yes, here's why emails are not better than announcements. They just can't do what these things can do, right? So let me do it. Let me introduce you to the show. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the SharePoint Help Desk podcast. I am your host, Thurman Trotman. I'm here to talk to you about SharePoint and other tools in the Microsoft 365 suite, but I do it not from a tech perspective. I could talk to tech, but I won't do too much of that on the show. What I really talk about is strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like the how and the what, not the how, but the why. Like why you should do these things, why you should use SharePoint. And I do talk about the how. So it's like why you should use SharePoint and how it can benefit you, not necessarily what buttons to click and how to build a thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's hop into it. So I'm gonna give you 7 reasons. And the first reason is because announcements are centrally located, right? So as you publish announcements, everybody's going to know they get published on the internet. I mean, the intranet. So when you go to the homepage of your intranet or whatever page on the internet, you also, make these items available, these announcements available. That's the location. That's where you go, not in your inbox, digging through, searching for things amongst other emails, trying to find announcements. You know what I'm saying? If you train and encourage your employees to go to the intranet, that's where they can find news, then that's where they'll go. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if the news is important to them. You put out very important, specific information through these announcements. They should be found on the intranet. That's where people should go. You know what I'm saying? One central location. So, I'm gonna always be talking about a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? And your intranet is your one-stop shop. But part of that one-stop shop is you can find your announcements there. So that's the first one. They're centrally located. Now, let's talk about number 2. Should adjust this mic a little bit. Okay, so the formatting is better on a an announcement. You understand what I'm saying? A format is better on an announcement. You can do some formatting in an email, no doubt, but you can do more with an announcement. For instance, the way you get people to open emails is that you got to write good subject lines, and you can make your subject line stand out, but what you're competing with is other subject lines. So that's cool, whatever. On the internet, you get more things that you can do. For instance, you can represent a story with a picture. So just like how you go to, if you use what is that? If you use Edge, the Edge browser, and you haven't changed any of the settings, when you hit the plus sign to open a new tab, you'll see an announcements page. It's like msn.com, I believe. Not announcements, but like a news page. So you open up that browser and that browser window, and you'll see all types of pictures. Some are sliding, some are sitting still. The whole point is that you'll see those pictures before you read the text or you'll see those pictures while reading the text, and that will entice you to open up that item. If you're running your intranet, if you're managing the content, you should be doing the same thing, creating pictures that look enticing. You may think this is important information, so people need to find it anyway. I mean, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But if you rely on that only, you're going to miss out. These are still people that work at your organizations. So people are drawn to pictures. They're drawn to better written words, or, a certain type of word or whatever. So you still want to take advantage of that formatting that your announcements have. Big headlines, big pictures, sliding across the main page. That type of stuff that you cannot do with an email. So remember, that's another one. That's number 2 anyway, is the formatting. You get way more options and get to flex them way more when you are publishing announcements. All right. Number 3 is how easy it is to update these things. If you send an email out and you have incorrect information in your email, what do? You have to send another email with the correct information. Frustrating and annoying. Get out of my inbox, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop sending me all these emails. Instead, if you publish something on the intranet, an announcement, a news item, whatever, if you publish that on your intranet and something is incorrect, all you do is go back to that item and update it, just like we use the wider internet. So if something is wrong on a site and you see it at 9 a.m., you know what I'm saying, and you're like, oh, they got a typo on here, you could go back there later at 9:30 and guess what? It's going to be gone because somebody updated it. But there was no email that needed to be sent. You might have got there early, saw the typo. A whole bunch of other people got there later, and they saw the real one that was updated. So no one needs to have an updated email, and you can fix these things in one location. If you have to fix a messed up email, you've just sent 2 emails to somebody's inbox. If you have to fix a news item, you only fix one thing that everybody goes to and, uses. Period. That's the way we want to engage with our employees, with our team members, as I like to call them. You know what I'm saying? Not email after email after email. Let's relax with all of that. So that's number 3. All right, number 4 is, speaking of emails, this is the way I see emails. Let me tell you how I see emails. They're for communicating. They're notification tools. You know what I'm saying? It's a notification thing where, like, if you publish a news item, that's the actual thing that you did. When you send an email, that's notifying somebody of the thing that you did. So the news item is, benefits are coming up. You got to come look at your 401k, reconfirm that you still got X amount of kids and, dependents overall, and you got to come update your benefits, blah, 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 whatever. That's what you published on the intranet. Now, you send an email telling everybody that you published it, or they're already subscribed, so they're getting automatic emails. You don't send an email with all of the information of everything that everybody has to do for the benefits, because then that tells people that what they have to do when they come and look for that information is go back to their inbox, scour through their inbox to find the email that you sent. If instead you send a link and say, hey, benefits are updated, you know what I mean, click here, everybody knows that that thing is happening on the intranet. So if they need to go see the news at any time, anything about the news that's been published, they go to, all right, I'm about to start screaming. Let me relax. They go to the intranet. You know what I'm saying? That's where they go. They go to the intranet so that they can get the latest info. They go to the intranet, dude. All right, that's number 4. Okay. Number 5 is that I like this one a lot. It encourages employee engagement. Now, this is dope because when you send an email to everybody, conversation gets siloed in the inboxes. So if somebody wants to make a joke and they reply, I mean, they could reply all, which is kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? Or they could just reply to the person who sent the email. Probably was a good joke. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to miss out on a good joke. Or they have some extra information that they need to provide. It's so much better if they could just go to the news item, read through the news item, see that, oh, I'm going to crack a joke or I'm going to provide some extra info, just do it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Again, just like we use the internet. If you go and look at a post on social media and it has a bunch of good information in it, what do people do underneath that post? They comment. And sometimes the comments are filled with such good information. If you mine through comments, you get such valuable information. There's people in your organization just like that. So when you post the benefits and somebody says, yo, I just found out that you could do this at this healthcare provider, they could put that in the comments. And somebody could read the comments who's actually published the article and then update the article and give credit to the person in the comments. You can't efficiently do that in email. Because like I said, once you send out that email, you then start to silo the conversations. Nobody don't want that. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk amongst each other. And nobody don't want all of these back and forth emails that they might feel guilty about not responding to. It's way easier to not respond to the comment section than to not respond to an email. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that was number, what was that, 5? I can't even remember my own notes. All right. Number 6. I've been saying this over and over and over. But number 6 is we're going to reduce the inbox fatigue. Listen, we really need to relax with all of the emails. You know what I'm saying? At work. Like this off work, you're already getting a billion emails. But when you come to work, you don't want to get more emails. You know what I'm saying? You just want that good stuff being communicated to you inside of your inbox. But an email for every little thing, including announcements, it's like, that's not efficient. That sucks. As a matter of fact, if I'm on vacation and I'm one of the people who get a lot of emails, when I come back to my inbox is going to be filled with foolishness. I don't want to have to go through my inbox to find your announcements or go through my inbox to find any other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm combing through my inbox, and a lot of times, like, think about this situation, right? You're combing through your inbox when you came back from vacation, and you see something that's good, like a good announcement. You might like double click on that email and move it off to the side and then continue going through your inbox because you want to make sure you clear it and you don't got any hot items that you got to respond to or something like that. Instead of doing that, which is like you making the decision of whether or not you're going to read this item or you're going to keep scouring through your inbox or you're going to get scatterbrained and get all thrown off. Instead, you could like see those announcements and be like, ooh, I'm gonna go read that. You know what I'm saying? On the internet eventually. And you keep going through your inbox because you could bail out of your inbox, go to the internet, and then see everything one by one with no problem. You know what I'm saying? That is way better than making those decisions inside of your inbox. You know what I'm saying? Of like moving items to the side so you can read them later and all that. Or try to read them amongst combing through your inbox. That's whack. Just get the foolishness out of your inbox. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to the people who send these announcements. You're fatiguing folks inside of their inbox, especially if your email is not even that important. Put it on the internet and let me go through the headlines on the internet and decide if I want to read this thing or not. You know what I'm saying? That's a more efficient way to work, to consume that content. All right. Number 7. So we support long-term communication goals when we do this. And what I mean is, as you send these items out, you're building a historical record that you can at any time and anyone inside of the organization can go look at. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to it all sitting inside of email. You could go check the statistics on that. You know what I'm saying? Which articles get read more? Which headlines resonate more? You know what I'm saying? Which pitches are doing better? Which department even gets read the most? Which author is getting read the most? Because maybe you got multiple people contributing to the intranet news section. You know what I mean? Like, that is way better, once again, than just email blasting everybody and not being able to know what's going on. And here's another thing about that historical record. If a new employee comes to the organization, are they just SOL because they weren't here when you gave these good announcements? Yes, they are. They're SOL. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to if you, during onboarding, tell them that there's this section of the intranet where you could always find the latest company news, just go there. They could go there and they could backtrack if they wanted to and go look at old school information. Or maybe they're looking at the news and they click something that says, HR, which brings up all the HR news. So now they're clicking on the category and they could go back as far as they want or as far as you allow them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they can just sit there and look at all of that old school goodness. I swear, what I'm talking about, these 7 items I just talked about, is super low hanging fruit. But I know that you are listening and you're probably like, oh my God, I can't believe we haven't even been doing this. I know you're thinking that because it's almost what's the term I'm looking for? It's a no flipping brainer. You know what I'm saying? That you have access to a tool that allows you to behave like that allows you to do things that encourages the behavior that people already use on the internet. We all do this. We comment on items. We click on links. You know what I'm saying? If I need to send something to somebody, I'm sending a link. That's what we do. We text each other and send links. That's how we share information. So you can do the same thing with these news items. So listen, I'm about to get fired up, which I should just let myself get fired up. It's my show. I can talk about whatever I want, however I want. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna relax because I know you feel me. I know that you understand what I'm saying to you, which is this is basic stuff that you should be doing inside of your organization, but instead you're treating your organization like it's old school while going home or staying at work, reaching into your pocket and doing something super basic that we've all gotten used to, like commenting on a video or commenting on a news item or sending somebody a link. That's what we do. We send links. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me do a quick recap. So number 1, the reason why we want to use announcements instead of emails is because 1, it's centralized. All of your news items will be in one location. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? Not scattered all over the place in emails. Number 2, way better formatting. You get to use better formatting on your news items. So big pictures, big headlines, you know what I mean? Scrolling on the page, all that type of stuff. You get that you don't have inside of an email. Number 3, very easy to update. You know what I'm saying? When you make a mistake, because you will, you just go back to the page and publish it. You don't keep sending a bunch of emails to everybody. Number 4, email is just our notification channel. That's how we do other things elsewhere, and then we use email to send the notification about what we did. That's how you want to use the email. Number 5, employee engagement. I love this one. I'm like way into this because I love the comment section, but how cool is the comment section at work? You know what I'm saying? Encourage people to comment, give their extra expertise. You know how many people you have sitting inside of your organization with like special knowledge that they don't talk about because they're not given the opportunity to? Give them the opportunity to. Post your news item, leave the comments on, and let them support you. They might be funny, so they're cracking some jokes, or they might be helpful, so they're providing some extra helpful information. So much helpful information that somebody is like, yo, this person should become a content publisher on our intranet. Let's ask if they, ask their supervisor if that's okay, if they can do that. Stuff like that. Number 6, we want to reduce inbox fatigue. If there's anything that I love to talk about on this show, it's reducing the amount of emails that you get or reducing the amount of annoying emails that you get. Because emails are still good. There's nothing wrong with emails. Nothing wrong with the medium. It's when you start getting trash emails in abundance, that's what becomes annoying. Because the email that says, yo, we got a day off next week out of nowhere, or we're getting a bonus, that's a damn good email right there. Pardon my language. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful email. So email is cool. It's just the abundance of trash emails is what people hate. And number 7, let's support our long-term communication goals. Let's make it so that, we have a historical record of all the items that we're sending out to the workforce. And we could use that in so many different ways. One way would be a new employee comes on board, they can look at the old school stuff. Or you go back and look at the analytics, see what's working, what's not working. Or you reuse that information. So maybe last year you talked about something. It's going to happen again this year. Reuse it. You know what I'm saying? Just put a new twist on it. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So that was the recap. And if you're new here, there's a new, not a new, but there is a segment that I do called LinkedIn Love. So what LinkedIn Love, what that is a segment where I highlight somebody for doing something dope or saying something dope or whatever on LinkedIn. This week, my LinkedIn Love is a little strange because even though I'm shouting somebody out from LinkedIn, it's actually I engaged with them initially on what do you call this? On TikTok. So this week on LinkedIn Love, I'm shouting out Anthony Bennett. And here's the reason why. I was on I was on TikTok the other day and I did my first live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, testing this thing out. I did not want to do it. I didn't want to go on TikTok live because you have to like verify your age on TikTok. And then you have to do like a something to further verify that. First you give them your age, your date of birth, and then you further verify it. And the further verification is, you know, take a picture with your ID or do a facial recognition something or whatever. And I'm like, yo, why would I do that? I don't want you having that information on me. And then I did it. So all because I wanted to go live on TikTok because it looks like a great medium to go live on. They got me, man. But I also did my facial recognition for stupid this thing, the thing where you go through the airport fast. So they got my damn face too. Even though TikTok's documentation said, yeah, we don't use it for anything else. And I think it said it gets deleted. Yeah, okay. I don't ever believe that. Nothing gets deleted. Okay. So yeah, shout out to Anthony Bennett. Here's why. Because I did that live on TikTok and a few people came through. But Anthony came through and hung out. You know what I'm saying? I was asking questions and all that. And I felt like I delivered some value during it because he was like, definitely, this was helpful. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? And then he also wanted to get a consultation on the calendar. So all love all around. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. So I can't wait to do another live. I'm mad that they got my picture. But yo, who knows, man? Maybe TikTok might be going away anyway. So shout out to TikTok, but shout out to Anthony Bennett for coming through to the live, asking some good questions, and then we connected on LinkedIn. So that's why he made it to LinkedIn Love, because after the live, I was like, yo, check me out on LinkedIn. Let's connect over there. And we connected over there. So shout out to Anthony. That's what's up. Now, the next segment here is called Fan Mail. This is where I shout out somebody who showed me some love. And I was gonna give that to Anthony, but I was like, yo, I'm in a conundrum, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I give him LinkedIn Love or do I give him fan mail? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. So I gave him LinkedIn Love and I instead went to YouTube, good old YouTube, you know what I mean? To get my what do you call that? To get the fan mail. And I will be changing this segment's name. This time I'm officially doing it because I don't like saying fan mail. Like I said, I think saying fan is weird. I got fans, man. I got supporters, you know what I'm saying? Or listeners. So shout out to Cody hyphen 9G. So Cody dash 9G. This is what Cody said on one of my one of my videos. I can't front. This was a dope comment. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, sir, if you live your life collected, efficient, and effective as you did in this video, I would vote for you as president. This was a masterclass in how to do a video. No lie, that had me mad hype. I was like, yo, I love this comment. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Because shout out to my editors. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Brand Doxel team. I freaking love Brand Doxel. You know what I'm saying? Like they're any and everything. I'll put their link in the comments. If you're online and you're doing media type stuff and you know what I mean, you gotta get your brand up and all that, you need to mess with Brand Doxel. Their link is gonna be in the show notes. So yeah, shout out to Cody 9G. You know what I'm saying, for that love. And yeah, send me whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? If you want to show me some love, You can, inside of your podcast app, there's a link that says send us a text or something like that. If you hit that, it'll bring up your text app. You can send me send me a note directly. I'll get an email. I'll read it on the show. If not, just comment on something I'm doing online. All right, let's do announcements. Okay, I got a big announcement, but this is a very timely announcement. It's on December 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm doing a show. It's a virtual event where it's called Podcast Guesting for Tech Savvy Entrepreneurs, a growth strategy. Here's what we're talking about. And I'm doing it with Jessica Rhodes, you know what I'm saying, from Interview Connections. What we're doing is talking to people who sell tech about how to sell that tech. Because a lot of the times when you sell technical information, it's hard for you to sell that. You know what I'm saying? Because the way your brain thinks is like, yo, listen, I just need to tell you, here are the benefits, why you need to buy this thing, you need to buy it. A lot of people are technical in that way. Their mind works that way. And they're like, yo, I've given you the facts of why this thing is good. Why would you not purchase it? But the fact of the matter is that so many other things go into people purchasing technology, including who you are that's selling the technology, like the salesperson. You know what I'm saying? Including the way you make that person feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real thing. Including not necessarily the tech itself, but what the tech can do for the person. In other words, what's in it for me, that doesn't go away just because you're selling tech. You know what I'm saying? And then emotions are very important. If you have the choice between, spending your last on something important, like you need to have some money to go take what's that called? To go take a test, like a technical test, like a certification. But your favorite artist is also in town. You know what I'm saying? And they don't come to your town. And you love this person. You listen to all their music and they're in town. You, because of your emotions, could be like, all right, I know I need this certification, but I'm going to put that to the side until I can save the money back up. But right now, my artist is coming to town, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I need to go see them and buy a ticket. Emotions can make you do that. It's the same with technology. If you want to know how to do this, come to this event. Podcast Guesting for Tech Savvy Entrepreneurs. Like I said, it's timely. It's going to happen on December 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're there. I'm not going to give you the link. It's convoluted. I'm going to tell you that the link is in the show notes. So as soon as you hear this, go to the show notes, click the link, and then come to that event. Let me tell you something else too. So this is not just for entrepreneurs. You have to sell technology to people inside of your organization. You have to talk to people. You have to talk to Joe Schmo down the hall, or you got to talk to your boss, or you have to talk to a panel of people to explain to them why this technology is important for them, especially if you listen to me. I sell SharePoint. For a long time, I had to sell it while sitting inside of an organization. I had to make people believe that this thing was good for them. Like, you got to use this. Trust me. Da, 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 da. I sold SharePoint within the organization day after day, over and over, to people on my level, to people higher than me, to multiple people higher than me. It didn't matter. Like, I had to tell them why SharePoint was good. And that there's strategy behind that. There's a way to do that. If you want to know how to do that, come to this event. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. The link is in the show notes. 2 more announcements. AutomateYourStatusReport.com. That's still absolutely available. Make sure you go there and purchase that, because what that is that it's a course that shows you how to automate your status report. So if you have like a weekly status report that you have to send to people, I show you how to put that information inside of a list, have that information get sent to whoever you need to send it to every week, like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? And the format stays the same. All of that. Go do that. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. You will not be disappointed, I guarantee. And then lastly, SharePointFreebie.com. Now, here's the big one. SharePointFreebie.com, I talk about it every episode, but there's something special I want to tell you about this episode. If you go to SharePointFreebie.com, you will get my list building training. You will also get my replay, my document replay, where I show you why, metadata is better than folders, right? But here's the kicker. If you get on my list, my SharePointFreebie.com list, this is already happening. So an email goes out every Friday to my list. I call it the Work Better, Live Better magazine, or at least I'm rebranding it to that anyway. Every week it goes out, right? In that email this week, I'm putting a Christmas bonus discount to my courses. That is just what I'm doing for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And that is exclusive to my email list. Because shout out to you. If you listen to this and you're on my email list, shout out to you for being on my email list. You know what I'm saying? You could be on any email list in the world, but you chose mine. So stupid. So yeah, listen. If you get on that list, then I will be sending a nice little Christmas gift on the Friday email, which happens on December 19th. Nope, that's a lie. December 20th, my bad. So December 20th, that email will have a bonus discount for just my email listeners. I mean, my email subscribers. So make sure you get on the list. SharePointFreebie.com. That is all I have. Thank you so much for listening. This was dope. I enjoy doing it all the time. Hopefully, I will see you or hear you here next week. Have a good one. Enjoy your holidays, too.